Zen taken out of there. I think they just forgot to ban him in the first game, you know. I think, we forgot him.
They should be used to it by now. I mean, this is day 4 of the tournament. Let's not beat around the bush with that one. Rai's going to be the second ban for Against All Authority. And I wonder if CLG, you know, we heard Hotshot say, we're just going to play our game. But now that they realise that Against All Authority know their game and are quite adept, it seems, at using it against them, whether they'll change things up and take a bit of a risk in this second place game, because it can be worth it. Of course, it can go totally wrong and you get bombed out and into 4th position, which is going to cost you basically $4,000.
Yeah, which is not great.
$4,200, actually.
If we want to be precise, yeah. Which is not that nice to lose that much money. You know, and there's a lot of pride at stake as well for 3rd place. You know, it is.
Top 3.
I guess we could go down to the depths and say it's America versus Europe, which the finals technically will be as well. So there's a bit of national pride on the line, I guess you could say. The French and Germans being represented, at least in terms of Europe. Obviously, US and Canada being represented. So it's not really, say, it's North America, sort of everything that there. But anyway, Dr. Mundo has been banned out, and Nidalee banned out by CLG. I don't think I'd ever see that.
You would never, ever see that on a normal day, would you? I mean, Nidalee's been left open for quite a while now. It's like Hotshot's old champion.
I'm over him.
It's like, I don't like her anymore. But that spear in the last game was just causing all kinds of problems, mainly to Hotshot, actually, who was the spear magnet, which is kind of ironic, since he's probably the most famous Nidalee player in the entire world anyway. CLG going for their first picks, looking like Janna. It will be obviously played in the last game by Against All Authority by N-Rated down there. Had a good Warwick. Okay, so Janna is there, and then Volibear possibly for CLG. Let's see what they go for. Maybe Ezreal, maybe they'll go back to Volibear, who knows. So Ezreal, that's what we saw Double Lift going with. A great Ezreal player. We don't even need to say that. Really famous for his Ezreal play as well. And Janna did get eventually locked in on the bottom lane, which is what we saw Against All Authority playing in the last game. So let's see what they'll add on top of Udyr. Again, banned in the first game. Udyr being played a lot by St. Vicious this time in this tournament. So not really surprised to see Udyr banned out in the last game and insta-locked in this one. Against Authority really wanting him. Yeah, definitely. I guess he's probably... He could be top lane or jungle. Corki, of course, being picked up. Are we going to see Leona going with him? That's the question. Will N-Rated say, you know what, I want my combo. It worked out very well. I'm not too sure whether it works so well against Ezreal. He's a slippery little sucker. He's a slippery chap. Down, but I guess it's possible. No, he's going to go Taric. He prefers the actual that stops
full
him
lockdown.
Slipping out.
That stops him slipping out, indeed. So that prefers to keep him where he is. Or it could be, well, I mean, Soda's actually not a bad pick. We saw, obviously, Soaz in the last game, those crescendos actually did turn one of the fights for them. CLG managed to pull off a good fight. That flash crescendo followed up by the Ezreal ulti worked out very well for them. This time around, it is going to go with Against All Authorities, though. And it's interesting, you know, the Soaz is sort of, they're not too sure about it still. You know, since the nerf, they're like, okay, yeah. And actually, you know, I remember seeing their special did his little piece, and he was like, actually, after looking at the numbers, I kind of see why they nerfed it. Yeah, it's like, really? It was, I mean, throughout Kiev was basically the first pick, and when there's a support being the first pick, there's probably an issue with him, or her, I guess, in this case. So CLG going to pick up their next two. I guess it's going to be the jungler, and I would suggest the top lane. I don't think they're going to go with the AP, but they never know. They do lock it in early. Are we going to see that Zilean? Now we're going to see Maokai. That's actually pretty good. Oh, and Ari, of course. That's what another hero that's played quite well. Didn't work out so well for him. I think it was against Moscow 5, I believe.
First game.
I think it was the first game. Yeah, didn't work out so well in that one. But Maokai is a good pick, which is going to mean they're going to need a slightly more mobile hero in the ability for Against All Authorities. Wondering who that's going to be. I was actually really happy to see Veigar in this tournament as well. Nijaki running Veigar for Team Curse actually played very well, and it was literally protect Veigar or we lose at one point, and didn't protect him and he lost, which is not so great. But Against All Authorities is going to make their final two picks. It will be the top lane, or could be a jungler.
Karthus left open.
Karthus left open, and there's going to be Lee Singer coming out.
I must have missed this joke.
You were at the event. It was DreamHack. You probably missed the interviews. I can't go into the rest of the words for it because there was a bit of swearing involved. But Lee Singer, hot shot, nearly GG, kicked my brother in the ass, I believe was the exact person. It was the Chinese team, DreamHack Season 1. Everybody else knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
just
I
lost
must
the new
be
joke.
behind or something. It's been a long time since then, actually. So, final pick coming out for CLG to move swiftly on. When I'm not included, I want to talk about it. So, we've got the bottom lane sorted, Ari for mid, we've got Maokai there for the jungle. Who is going to go top lane against the Man Bear Pig? That is the big question.
Who is going to go top against the Man Bear Pig?
Irelia's out.
Bearing in mind, it could be Lee Sin at the top there. Obviously, we heard about Hotshot talking about Lee Sin, saying about Voyboy. It's like, wow, he just showed everyone how to play Lee Sin. I need to learn to play it that way. Obviously not going to do it in this game. Oh, it could be Olaf, of course. Yeah, that's actually something that Hotshot has been playing a bit online, and looks like it will be. So it could well be Olaf along the top there. So Hotshot going back to one of his heroes he's been using quite a lot in solo queues. Yeah, and while we've got a little bit of time here, 1 minute, we have something else that we need to let you guys know about. The most valuable player, in the other iterations, the I carried whatever stop it was vote. It's actually been changed around this time. Oh God, smite yourself in the face. So I carried today a big. You can probably guess who designed this one. Yeah.
And the vote will be going up on intelextrememasters.com. Up at the top side, you can click on MVP, and I believe the vote will be up tonight after the tournament. The ironic thing is, Skara could end up actually taking it. And it would be funny if he did. But I've got to be honest, I think Voyboy's up there in big contention for this one at the moment, as well as a number of members from Moscow 5. But I'm a Cutie Pie as well, has been carrying pretty hard for his team in Dignitas. And you've got to assume that it's going to be one of the players in the final. Like you say, the voting will be going up tomorrow, so we're not going for it just yet. But that will be what they're going to win. Obviously, there's a lot of goodies that come with us as well. Yeah, they're going to win an Intel Core i7 Extreme Edition processor, the official processor of the Intel Extreme Masters. One of these lovely BenQ monitors, which you can just about see, obviously, what the players are playing with, plus a peripheral package from our friends over at Razer as well. So plenty of cool stuff to be added on top of what's actually the coolest part of it. It is. There's only one of these in the world. And there is only one of these in the world, and it's got to go to Skara. It's got to, actually. But anyway, nevertheless, we are going to be going into the game, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be CLG versus Against All Authorities. I'm not going to drop it on the floor, don't worry. It's going on that. There we go. Keep you warm. Keep me warm. Not that it's cold in here, actually. It's picked up in temperature, let's say. Picked up in temperature. So, now that we've seen the picks and bans, what do you think to these two lineups? This time, are you? What do we reckon? What do we reckon? Well, I think Against All Authorities have got a very good lineup here, and I'm not too sure CLG are going to be able to pull this one through. They have gone with heroes that they're feeling pretty comfortable, and you can see they've immediately resorted back to the Olaf, etc. But MoMA on Karthus could well be the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the game. Who do you want to win? It's going to be CLG versus Against All Authorities. So we're into it then. Let's see how this level 1 is going to shape up. Actually, Linak legging it straight down south. And he's going to be going straight in towards this Tribus Lee Sin. And Corky will be joining him. Karthus up on the top side in that brush. Pretty isolated there. If he happened to get caught out, that could have been bad news. N-Rated was there with him. And it looks like they're going to go and take a peek at the CLG Blue. Very aggressive early on from Against All Authority. They've got a little bit of smacking power at this very early level, so they'll be able to bully CLG around a little bit, actually. Yeah, they are very strong at level 1, and it would be... This is probably why they went aggressive. Then they realised they got spotted, and was like, yeah, it's probably not going to work out. We're not really in a position for a full-on 5v5 fight. And Hotshot actually was pulled all the way down, so the entire CLG team have had to react to this, come down and try and get the blue. And meanwhile they're saying, yeah, we'll just go around and get our own blue, but just don't show yourself because we've made them look daft and they've had to pull back. Double if thinking about porting back. Is he going to get an extra pot? I think he might do. And they've realised that blue is now cleared, and Hotshot's like, great, now I'm going to go all the way back. Thanks for that, guys. Really making me walk. Linux going to be starting at Wraiths, in fact, so he's going to just pull that one away. Against All Authorities, as a 4, though, going to help pull these Wraiths away. So they're going to help him do something quite quick here, so maybe expect to see Linux going for something
a little bit crazy. Whether he's going to go for an early invade, I'm not too sure. Whether he'll counter across, he will go for the red buff now. I guess it would make sense to follow on round. It's going to spawn any second now. Now, sooner or later. Meanwhile, you can see that CLG have had to go across and help out St. Vicious actually on the blue buff. He would have normally started on Wraiths, I believe, in looking towards his build. Yeah, he would have started on Wraiths normally, but he's had to change that up, and he has started over on blue. It doesn't really matter much, but obviously Wraith start always helps get their levels up early.
Yeah, Linak actually taking the entire bottom side of the jungle away, just finishing off these golems with a little bit of help from N-rated right at the start. Then he's going to head towards that top side. But look at the old switcheroo that we've got in at this point. Momo actually up top with Brolaf, obviously played by Hotshot GG. Middle currently is going to be Lee Sin versus Ari in middle. Now, very interesting to see how this all shapes up, Demon. That switching that's gone on. I wonder if we'll see Big Fat LP come down. I'd imagine that he's a little bit worried about facing Lee Sin in mid.
I'm not too sure. I'm interested to see how this one's going to work out. He's obviously using the lifesteal, etc., to hang around there. But Big Fat LP has a lot of range over him. But
yeah, that's the truth.
As has been proven many times, Lee Sin isn't that bad a hero, especially for Void Boy earlier on today. He was incredible. You can see the blue buff now being taken away by Linak. I wonder if Karthus is going to come down and pick that up. No, he's just going to let Linak have that one early on. And St. Vicious is also taking away the reds, smites it down, comes across, waits for the Wraiths to respawn, sets up his little saplings. Meanwhile, down the bottom, it is a standard lane between these two. Obviously, we saw a bit of lane switching from Moscow 5 earlier on. Linak is actually going to go in towards St. Vicious. St. Vicious is actually pretty low here. He's going to maybe go in for catch him out. He does manage to get the stun. I don't think he's going to lay down enough damage. He does switch to Phoenix, but yeah, it forces him away. Actually, no jungle for Linak to steal away from this one. He may come around the back side of Hotshot GG, though. Yeah, he's going to get away from that one. And back to normality for them. Lee Sin going for a little walkabout here as well. Are they heading up for a big gank on towards Hotshot GG? He's not backed away yet. We're going Moscow 5 style here. We're going to have a 3-man dive on towards the tower. Can they tank it around? No, because Hotshot GG managed to avoid the damage very well there, and Soaz has just wasted his time coming down there. Eats the axe in the back.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how Hotshot does up in this top lane. Currently, in terms of the CS, 19 to 22, and he was actually keeping Momo right at the back, which, you know, Karthus doesn't mind being a little bit further away. With those layaways, he can keep himself out of it. Meanwhile, in middle, Soaz is currently 21 to the 22, so doing a good job of moving in there. Top gank is going to come in again. Stun goes onto Hotshot, who actually returns that damage onto Linak very early, obviously with the reckless swing. And Hotshot feeling or looking very confident actually on Olaf at this point. Meanwhile, in middle, we are going to see the diving onto Soaz, who will dash his way out onto that turret. Only got 150 health after that, has got pots, and we will see St. Vicious trying to steal away a little bit of jungle. Needs to be careful though, because Linak will start to work his way down. Soaz is there in the brush as well, but they'll notice St. Vicious has been and gone. As the pings come down, Corki may come up as well, and this could be dangerous for St. Vicious. We saw him use his flash earlier on, and he could find himself getting caught out. Exhaust will go in onto St. Vicious. This is going to be a big 4-man gank coming down onto Maokai, who's now got the Ignite burning. Yellow Star will get first blood, and to be honest, it couldn't have gone any better there for Against All Authority. Great start.
Yeah, and just before that happened, they'd also forced double lift down the bottom, so they'd done a lot of damage to him, so he'd been forced to back away from that one, had to use a health pot to try and get up. Meanwhile, you can see Momo actually being dived by Hotshot GG there, nearly been taken out as well. He was taken very low, but like you say, it was a very good first blood. Couldn't work out better this time. And, well, problem is, we've seen Yellow Star get a 2-0 lead very early on from the word going a level 1 fight earlier today and still lose the lane. So he's got to feel he's got a bit to prove today, despite the fact he had an awesome day yesterday. You know, it can be different. The nerves can tell. Like you said earlier when you were on there, it is a big stage. It is a very nervy experience. And obviously after losing the semi-finals, but they will be feeling very confident after the last game.
Yeah, really. They played CLG at their own game, and it's worked out nicely for them. Meanwhile, Hotshot having his lane pushed fairly heavily. Maokai is going to come and sniff around. No wards down currently for Momo. obviously not being back just yet, just has the boots, and he could find himself in a little bit of trouble. Actually, they've spotted that one coming. He put the wall of pain down, but they're going to dive anyway. St. Vicious against the turret, and he's actually going to take the tower hits. He's going to go down. That was great. Is it a double kill? Yes, it is, from MoMA, and that was amazingly done. Demon, correct me if I'm wrong, but that really was just pure feelings.
Yeah,
there was no ward there, and he stuck the wall of pain down, and wow, great stuff. And the flash, actually, you know, Maokai was drawn under the turret from that flash. That was just superb from
And
MoMA.
I think that was reactionary. He knew that Maokai was about to dive, and he waited for the graphic just to start the animation, and then flashed, and which knew he damn well he was going to pull it straight in towards the turret. And obviously he put the lay waste and the defile straight down on him. Big Fat LP pressuring on towards Soaz, but Soaz is already looking pretty strong in the middle there. You see he's got those double Dorans though. Big Fat LP has gone back up double Doran's rings, as opposed to the blades that Lee Sin's got. But I wonder if Big Fat LP's ever had to come against the Lee Sin in the middle. I guess you do get some weird troll games, so it's possible. Ping goes down. They can see St. Vicious over on the Golem there, and immediately actually use Smite up. Oh, it's stolen! Stolen by N-Rated there. Very, very good.
How incredibly low does it have to be for Sona to come in and steal a blue? That caused him a few problems going forward. He is 1-0-0 compared to, well, zeros across the board from Ezreal, which gives him that extra Doran's Blade. Meanwhile, Hotshot has come down into the middle as well. MoMA has just been gifted that blue, and he's going to go back up top, and it looks like we are going to see that switch coming in, Demon. Ari is now moving into the top lane.
Yeah, and Linak harassing Hotshot. Hotshot just got that wriggles as well. Soaz returns back to middle, like you say, but it's Soaz that actually started off that blue buff and gave it to MoMA. So playing well as a cohesive unit here. And Linak now freed up to just go looking and try and pick up a few things. You can see he got spot on the raid, so he's going to try and maybe sneak in and smite it. Will actually, no, yes he does. He goes in and sneakily smites on towards the large wraith and steals that away from him. So taking away everything from CLG at the moment in their own jungle. Yellowstar going in towards double his face there. Really not a very aggressive crescendo used up there. That's going to get cleansed off. Continues to pop the ultis. Yellowstar will take a couple of shots in the face. Has got a minion wave as well, pushing towards it. Karthus ulti went off there as well. Wasn't enough to take him down. Ezreal turns around, pops that ulti, clears the wave, and forces Against Authority away from that turret. Meanwhile, Soaz is pressuring Hotshot, and we have a pause in the game. And wow, I broke the curse. Daniel Zen-Klein normally gets all the pauses. This is the first one for me at this event.
Yeah, I've only seen one when I've been watching as well, so maybe it's my my unluck that's coming into this one. I'm not sure what's actually happening, but I'm sure the admins are there on stage. In fact, I can see Dave just under the S of Masters walking across there. Yeah. I've got good eyes with this screen here. So that should be hopefully fixed in just a moment or two. Well, let's have a look at the game, how it is now. 3-1 in favour of Against Authority. We've just seen them take the dragon. Actually, the blue was stolen as well. Somehow by Sona. That was great timing from Sona. 13.8 to 11.8k gold, so a 2,000 gold difference at that point. In terms of the kills, 2-1-0 from MoMA. Of course, he got that double kill, lovely flash to bring Maokai right under the turret, and then, well, unfortunately for Hotshot, he was just a little bit too close at the same time. But anyway, we are going to get back into it. Seemingly a perfect time as well. Linak is there. Big Fat LP was covering St. Vicious off.
Big Fat LP had to steal away the golem there as well from St. Vicious, because he knew it was going to get stolen by Linak. Just one little hit. Lee Sin also came up to help him out there. I wonder if they're going to try and get around the backside and maybe do a triple gank on towards Big Fat LP. MoMA is putting the pressure on him, and here they go. You can see they've shown their hand early, and I think Big Fat LP is going to try and have to bait this one around. He has got a pretty good ulti. This time he's actually dashing. Well, I'm not too sure he's going to try and bait them around. Does use the flash as well, but Soaz straight on towards him. Big Fat LP will go down. Soaz will take a death in the middle though, and that will be worth it, but will they get the tower? And meanwhile, Hotshot GG beats away on this middle turret. They are going to possibly put a bit of damage. Actually, Momo, I'm just trying to keep my eyes teleported back, so they're not going to pressure on that turret. Knack will just take the wave though.
Yeah, Hotshot though continuing to beat down. He's got the 3 caster minions plus the melee minion. Will he go back? Actually decided to almost. I think he could be almost finished with this one by the time that minion wave runs out. Will take 1 tower hit, but certainly worth it. Great job from Hotshot, knowing that they weren't going to do anything with that turret being dove at the top. Momo decided to port home in the midst of it as well, and we are going to see the lane switching back around with Momo coming into the middle. Lee Sin, he's headed middle as well, but I assume will end up going top. And there goes the wall of pain. Hotshot just dodging those 2 lay waves perfectly. There's the 3rd dodge, caught eventually by the 4th one that was put down, but still great stuff from Hotshot with that Olaf. Does take some damage from Soaz. St. Vicious will come over to cover as well, and this is going to give Ari a little bit of farm up in this top as well, if he wants it. No, feels like they need to come around and cover middle. Hotshot is going to portal home. Moma is now headed up top as well. Ward is down, so Big Fat LP is going to see this. And Moma decides to take the safe route behind the turret. Good decision. Didn't want to get caught out at any point during that one, and will continue to farm.
Meanwhile, Linak continues to invade. He's going to go forward and place a ward. Keep an eye on that blue buff again. Maybe they can steal it back again with some crazy Sona action. Moma is clearing out that top lane. Let's have a look towards the middle. So as he's got Hotshot GG back with him, throws Q at him, doesn't follow it up, has got that phase now, and here we go. You can see against Authority again in that blue area. They have the timing, and there it is, just spawns in time, and they will manage to take this away. Remember, you can see Hotshot GG might get caught out of position here. So as they dive into him, the blue buff has been picked up by Linek. It's Hotshot GG they want to go for. Has to use his ulti to try and back away from this one. Does not want to get slowed down. He's going to trot away from this one. Linek will in time be able to get across, but I think Hotshot with that run speed will be able to just about get around there and escape that. They have pinged down on towards Moma actually. Just as a little pre-warning, he might be coming your way, but he has backed off. Ezreal using his ulti to try and clear that way from the bottom. Try and push on towards that tower, trying to lay down as much damage as possible. Yellow Star will clear out that wave, no problem. Does get a big bomb actually, which clears it straight away. Double Lift is going to go back and buy, as is Yellow Star. So let's see what they're going to pick up. And meanwhile, in the middle, you can see Hotshot is trying to play protector against his turret. Meanwhile, he has pushed, like you say, he pushed very heavily on the opposition turret, so he should be able to get that down shortly, but Hotshot's going to try and farm up as much as possible. Will we actually see an aggressive Hotshot later on? I'm not too sure. No.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Let's leave it at that for now. We're obviously building up at the moment. Got that Regal's Lantern as per earlier on, so I was actually going to dive in onto him, finding that Hotshot's actually doing a little bit more damage than he possibly expected. The E goes out, actually Linak is there, and the kick actually just knocking him away. Stun goes down, surely this is a dead Hotshot. Yes, it will be. Soaz does get the kill as well, and that will leave Lee Sin at 1-1-2. In perfect timing, actually, as that Dragon comes up. Ezreal and Janna not even by their turret just yet, and this is going to be Dragon going over to Against All Authority without CLG having so much as a sniff at it.
Yeah, very well timed, and again, even that ulti for Lee Sin kicked straight in towards Linux path. It's like, you're going in that away, and you're stunned.
Like, yeah. And it's like, oh.
Such a big kick, and remember, he'd already used that ulti, I think, so he wasn't going to be able to get away from it. His ulti is now back up. Let's have a look back down the bottom here as I completely fly past it with the camera. Berserker Greaves and Double Thorns with that brick stuff. Oh, Crescendo goes across down the bottom. They're going to dive in towards Double Left. I think he's going to get away from it, though. He has got the shield on. The ulti will come out from Karthus.
Wow.
Does do a fair amount of damage already, but the coordination wasn't quite enough to do that combo like they had with the Leona Corki earlier on. And meanwhile, the blue buff will go across to Moma, so complete blue control yet again for the second time running.
Yeah, complete blue control, and always going over to Moma, giving him that extra presence. Actually 118 compared to 112 of Ari. Obviously they were in separate lanes right from the start, but that's changed recently. 113 for Lee Sin to 89 of Olaf. So no, Hotshot, one man who we know can farm without any problems for extended periods of time, is currently a fair distance behind. He's in that middle though, and he's getting this next wave coming in onto him. Needs to be careful so it doesn't go in. Flash is coming in, the advance from St. Vicious as well. Surely N-Rated will be finished off. Yes, he will, under the turret as well. Yellow Star not exactly healthy after that exchange as well. Top. And that will bring us back to 5-3. Udia coming in onto Big Fat LP. What's he going to be able to do? Ulti is available for Big Fat LP, so he can just dash away should he need to. He decides to stick around in the fight for a little while, but will be able to retreat to safety without any fear of losing his life. However, the turret is far from healthy and will actually go down for Against All Authority to give the first turret kill of the game.
And the second one will come straight after it, and there it is down the bottom. Actually managed to get it first as well. Yeah, cheeky.
So I was wrong after all.
Yeah. And the middle turret as well is very low, and there goes the top turret. Middle turret will go down shortly as well, because Hotshot GG pushes that final wave of minions. So you can see St. Vicious actually coming across towards Momo, Sapping tossed towards him, just a little present to chase after him, but he will back away from that. Everybody uses that skin. It is one of the very great skins. Linak is having a one-on-one versus Hotshot here. Hotshot's not too sure he wants a piece of this, actually. Does manage to get stunned up. Linak switching to Phoenix stance as well, trying to get that burn down on Hotshot, but he will just back away from that one like a Brolaf. Can just walk away from anything. Soaz now coming in. Will they put enough damage on towards the turret? No, they won't. He'll get protected quite easily. I wonder if N-Rateds are going to come across and try and get a crescendo. We get a pause again, as N-Rated has disconnected. So N-Rated actually had this problem before. I wonder if it's something just with his account, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess, but he doesn't want to use any other account because it's his account and he's got his rune sorted out. He's got lots of pages of runes. I think all of them have GP10 on.
As it should have, playing a role that N-Rated does as support. But yeah, a little bit unfortunate. We did see him just die there as well, so I'm not sure if that was actually related. He was moving back, I think, but still, not really 100% sure what the problem was or is there if he when he comes back into it. Let's again just recap where we are. Now we've got a kind of static period. So 5-3 in kills. Against All Authority have the advantage there. 2-1 in turrets for CLG. The gold is 25.2 to 22.1 with those kills, and obviously the dragon that we saw being picked up by Against All Authority.
Yeah, and that blue control they've had as well. They've managed to take both blues for twice running. Rated has reconnected, so obviously it was just a simple disconnecting on his part, which it's interesting. We never had any problems in the first game, and that was like a 50-minute game.
Which,
not a single problem at all.
Yeah, straight through it.
But, oh well, you know, these things happen. It is a third-place playoff. Obviously, the two finalists are Dignitas and Moscow 5. That will be tomorrow afternoon. However, we are back in the game, so things are underway. As you can see, Against All Authority are 1-0 up in this one. It was around about a 50-minute game, a big, long, drawn-out effort. I think about half an hour of that was probably overdrawn by Against All Authority. I think they were enjoying themselves really more than anything, just getting a couple of kills in there when they probably could have just grouped up and finished the game. But nevertheless, they will push on towards this middle turret and hammer away at it. St. Vicious is going to try and protect it along with Chowster's shield, and he will prevent St. Vicious, Yellow Star, from doing any more damage on it. Just caught a glimpse of Big Fat LP going back. So he's got himself out. Will the Ancients complete? Looking down towards the bottom, they realise the blue buff is about to spawn, and Against Authority in position again to steal it.
Yeah, Momo's actually picked himself up needlessly large rod as well now, so that ulti will start to sting. 215, 216 AP he has at this point. Dragon, I think, was 14 minutes actually done, so still a couple of minutes for that Dragon to come back into play. But Against All Authority are certainly in a position where they could quickly switch down towards that Dragon area. CLG are all gathering there as well, though. Chowster headed back. St. Vicious going to get himself back into the jungle pattern, and well, they know that there's a ward down just around there up at the top side for Against All Authority, so they know that Ari's actually gone away and that Maokai's headed into the jungle. He's actually in the middle now, but they are going to move straight into that turret, and you know, that's the simple thing that ward offer. Yeah, we are going to get the diving down bottom onto Yellow Star, who explodes in typical Corky fashion. That will bring us back to 5-4, but Against All Authority, they're trying to push it a little bit. That middle tower already taken down, trying to do some damage, but nicely covered from CLG.
And CLG doing the traditional split push, and you know, like, they're not too worried about that inner turret. They know they're not going to go any further, so they're just quite happily farming down the bottom there. So now CLG going to try and do a little bit of invading, maybe try and steal away as much as they can in the opposition jungle, pick up those yeah, and, oh, didn't quite manage to get that ward. Well. Didn't quite manage to get that ward in the bush there. So instead he's going to pick up the golems, and they're going to continue driving forward on that bottom turret, and suddenly the Enter Authority realise they're going to have to respond to this. Momo goes down there, he'll farm up these minions, no problem. Quick defile and then lay waste and clear them straight out. So CLG will back away from this one. Like I said, that ward not quite landing in the bush there. I think what he was hoping for, to just pop it over there. Didn't quite get it in position. Red buff has spawned, and they're going to take that away. Are CLG going to let them? It looks like they're going to maybe try and interrupt it. They are. Oh, they've got to be careful. Yeah, it's a two. Ezreal ulti stole it, and that was a double lift steal. Very nice there. Just about showing out. Cheeky little move there. Finally managed to get a steal on. Finally something happening for CLG as well. 20 minutes into this game, 5-4 against All Authority in the driving seat though. Blue buff also being picked up by Mama. No, it wasn't. I lied. I completely lied on that one. Blue buff has been picked up by someone. I'm not too sure. No, Linux stole their one. I'm not too sure where it is. There it is. It's just spawned. That'll be why I'm ahead of myself. My timing's not quite off. That's probably why I'm not playing in this tournament.
You'd have been there waiting.
I'd be like stood around. Yeah, it's like, where is it?
Pretty sure I had that timing. But yeah, Linak is, I'm guessing, going to hold it for Mama. Yep, Mama comes in. Finished off there with the defile and lay waste. And that will be a little bit more lay waste coming down for Mama now. And it seems like we are going to see them positioning for Baron. Hotshot is around there. N-Rated just trying to force him away. Obviously not so much damage, but enough to steal a blue earlier on. And that Dragon going down very, very quickly. And look at CLG, no position to challenge for this one. Ari, though, is up on that top turret, and he's going to be hammering away on it. Not so many minions there. I don't think they'll be able to finish off quite on this push. But actually, he's going to tank it for one shot and then back away. I think he only needed 1 or 2 hits more. There we go. Top tower goes down, and we are seeing aAa coming in for this middle turret. And look how fast that goes down in there with Corki hammering away on it. Linak actually backs away, and they're not quite able to finish things off. Wall of Pain does go down to stop CLG advancing. And against All Authority, we'll be fairly happy with their trade. I think 2 more hits, and that was gone as well.
Yeah, they didn't want to get too greedy though, and just stand around that a little bit too long. And Linak was taking a stand to take a bit of damage, and they wisely backed away from that one. Moma is just going to clear out. CLG actually going to try and push through this one. I'm not too sure that's the right thing to do. And again, a flash there pulls St. Vicious through. Malko's in all sorts of trouble, has to flash away. Crescendo goes across, catches on towards Chowster. Chowster's had to back away from that one as well. Big Fat OP, meanwhile, trying to get a charm across, has missed. St. Vicious being caught out again, and exhaust use. Ulti from Carthus coming out. That's surely going to take down Chowster. St. Vicious also very low. St. Vicious does get popped by Cookie as well. Now they're going to charge through. Yellowstar actually diving in and then getting blown up in the face. Mama now getting caught in there, getting that defile across everyone. Just try and get the layways to cross, but does not pick up the kill. And now double lift turning it around on them. Linak very, very low, having to back away from that one. N-rated, also backing off 7-7, all squaring kills. That went very well for CLG.
Yeah, 3 for 2. That Carthus ulti, you know, as per usual, actually, almost catching. I'm surprised that they didn't really do better there against All Authority, considering how low that would have taken them, but still really greatly done by CLG. Double lift now has that double buff on him as well, which is going to make him even more annoying for those next few minutes. Hotshot just clearing out that bottom line. Will they be able to push along there? Actually, the ping goes down on blue, so blue buff due up here any moment. And there is the blue buff, and they really have that timing down to the second, actually.
Yeah.
Linak just pinging it just as it went in there. However, Big Fight LP is there ready and waiting. He's going to start to pull it out, and he should have that finished before they can really get anywhere near it and cause too many problems, especially with double lift there as well.
But Linak is trying to sneak in there, and I don't think he's going to be able to get this one. So, on the 5th time of asking, Big Fat LP has finally got his blue buff. So, 3 times running against All Authorities had it. Obviously, they gave it to Maokai at the very start. Hotshot GG ports away, covering off that bottom two. Bottom two taken very low. They've dived down in the middle lane though. St. Vicious had to use his ulti to try and keep them away. Defile had gone down from Moma, but they didn't bother chasing that one up. They realised, let's not get too carried away just yet. Yellowstar wasn't really in that fight. Linux trying to get a little bit too aggressive here. Will he get caught out? He has to try and back away. St. Vicious has managed to get the stun off on him, and he's going to use that turtle shield to keep in there and just back away from that one. He has got the health and support from N-Rated. Oh, wow, St. Vicious has gone a bit too aggressive, maybe a little bit too far. Has to use his ult, he will back away from that one. Meanwhile, you can see Soaz was also diving in there. They just don't quite have the focus on the damage, so will go towards St. Vicious. He's actually passing towards a ward. Will get caught out. Oh, Jana ulti just blocks him away there, completely caught out. Now you can see the Defile coming across. Chowster gets caught out. Momo's quite happy to die. He's just throwing out everything he can in amongst there. Linak does get taken down. Double lift goes down, and that worked out very well against Full Authority. A 3-for-2 exchange again, this time in favor of Against All Authority. They will take down the inner turret though. That bottom lane is also very low. Will they have enough to keep pushing on the turrets? I'm not too sure. Ari is coming back with full health, just regenerating. They will certainly get a bit of damage down onto it. I don't think they'll get the inhibitor though.
Yeah, Big Fat LP and Hotshot were both blinking red there over on the right-hand side of the screen, just showing how, you know, Requiem should be used as a initiator as well. I mean, it was never going to finish off at the start of it onto St. Vicious, but it took the rest of them low enough for aAa to really justify taking the entire team fight rather than just taking that Maokai down and then backing themselves away. Actually pings down onto an rated position. That's because there's a ward there in that middle brush. Actually Corky tried to steal away this red buff. Needs to be very careful. Does actually have Valkyrie up and available, so he'll just be able to get away. I'm not sure why he used Flash to do that. Ah, that's why. So they can Valkyrie later. It's the combo that he decided to go with. Wall of Pain was put down, but here we are seeing Baron attempted by CLG. This could turn out to be very dangerous for them. Linak is moving over as well. Actually, the problem is that Soaz is down at the bottom, which could mean that CLG are able to get in here on the Baron. Momo actually doing the damage in onto it. Is going to be in there, and Baron wasn't stolen. It goes to CLG in the end, and that is not going to be bad. Not going to be good.
Yeah, they completely managed to co-patrol that. I thought it was going to get stolen by Defile there and managing to get in, but yeah, like you say, quickly popped him down before he got in there. But Soaz was way out of position there. Good little counter there from CLG. They're going to drive forward in towards the middle here. And well, I'm not too sure Soaz is going to be able to defend this one. Yeah, they're going to make a token effort standing in front of this inner turret, but they will back straight away from it as soon as CLG clear that wave out. That's going to drive on forward. They have a 5-man push, and they're going to have to hold it for 10 seconds. This could be in time for them to get in towards that base, take down the inhibitor, and Against All Authorities, their aggression is kind of backfired on them a little bit there. They've managed to win that one fight 3v2, but it's like, yeah, you really should be backing straight back to base here, and the inhibitor will go down. So Counter Logic Gaming get back into the Ascension here with that gold lead finally turning towards their favour. As I say that,
almost.
It's not. It's I thought they were going to get a bit more gold than that. Oh, Linak actually got him going very aggressive. That's got to be careful. They're against a Baron up team here. Christian goes across. St. Vicious going in, pops the ulti down, does manage to draw a little bit of attention away from him. Chowster's actually getting a big bomb in his face there. St. Vicious, meanwhile, again is the focus for them. Does manage to knock back 2 of them and actually just about gets away. Linak getting caught out. The charm goes across. Meanwhile, Momo's getting in there. You can see he's managed to put the Defile down. Will he manage to get the ulti off? He doesn't have it available. Yes, he does. Ulti just comes up. Will not hit anyone, no. Doesn't get a kill from it. It was only St. Vicious that went down, so it was a simple 1-for-1 exchange after all that.
Really, really tight game at the moment. 11 for 13, so kill advantage of CLG. Again, the gold not quite for them, but they are going to take themselves a dragon, which will finally put them ahead, even by 600 gold. So, such a super close game after almost 30 minutes of this one. Let's have a look quickly at how the kill stands. 6-5-3 on Momo. Obviously, Carter's one of those champions that you get in there, and with the Defile, you've got the time when you're dead to keep doing the damage, so no surprise with his deaths. 6 kills, Rabadon's death cap, plus a second needlessly large rod built up as well. Actually 4-3-3 on Corky, double Doran's blade, Bloodthirster plus a Black Cleaver as well. Over on the other side, we've got Olaf 3-2-4, Aegis of the Legion, plus the Phage and Wriggle's Lantern built up. But it's Ari and Ezreal that could be the real dangers. Sonya's Hourglass, Will of the Ancients, second needlessly large rod already finished for Ari. For Ezreal, Bloodthirster, Trinity Force, and he's just starting to build up some magic resist as well.
Just to add it in there. But St. Vicious actually seems to have been the target so far. He can hit 0-5-9, and he's quite happy for that, because it's giving the time for obviously double lift at 5-on-5 and a big fat LP at 5-on-4.
It's not like he goes down quickly either, that's the thing.
That's it, yeah, and he's quite happily absorbing all that damage. Unfortunately, you can see that Momo is actually starting to get quite nasty. You can see he's got that 482 hit point ability power, sorry. CLG just about lingering in distance there. And well, look at that. Hotshot GG's off split farming. Who'd have thought? CLG sticking to their old tactics. And why not? It ain't broke, don't fix it. They have managed to get to the 3rd, 4th place playoff here in the World Championships at the Intel Extreme Masters in Hanover. Actually, he's diving on towards Linak here. They've got to be careful. This is a barrened up team that they feel they have it in them to defend this final inner turret that is standing. You see that top one as well. Has a wave of minions coming towards it, but I think that should be safe. Now we can see it's a 5-man push. Hotshot trying to sneak his way around the backside. Throws out his cleaver there, but not really going to catch anyone. But that will be the inner turret going down. Udir just clearing off that wave, and now he's going to have to come down, defend this final tower down the bottom here. They do not want to let them in the base. They cannot afford to lose an inhibitor. Let's have a look towards the Baron buff. Yeah, it's just about to run out, the Baron buff. It's got a couple of seconds left on it, so that will maybe cause them to back off from that one as it just wears out. But Joe, this has actually turned very well in CLG's favour. Maybe we'll get a best of 3 here.
And you know the ridiculous thing is it's so close that each team fight can still be turned around. It can still flip so quickly. As we saw before, you know, CLG were the ones that were that little bit behind. They're now the ones that are a little bit in front. All it takes is one wrong move, one bad initiation, or, you know, a miss ulti here or there, and things can go pear-shaped very, very quickly. And, you know, 30-minute mark already. You're starting to get to that time where if you do have a bad team fight, you're getting punished heavily for it. But I honestly hope that we get to see that best of 3. Here we go. Hotshot may find himself in a little bit of trouble. We did see the stun come out onto him. St. Vicious is in that fight as well. Linak going very low. Ultimate comes across as well from... the crescendo comes across as well. Double lift going low. He's got Linak, who is also super low. Will be finished off. Moma goes down. Ultimate will go off. St. Vicious survives anyway. But surely they'll kill St. Vicious. Surely not kill St. Vicious. And he's actually finished off there by the undertow from Olaf. And CLG getting 3-4-0. Massively good fight for them.
It's safe to say there was tons of damage there, Joe.
Oh, there was.
And they are going to take the inhibitor down. And you can see the super minions also going to come through the middle. So possibly going forward, Yellowstar is going to have to try and desperately defend this one, and CLG wisely backing off. They've got a lot of gold on them. You can see 2,500 on Hotshot GG there, 1,300 across the team as well. So they're going to happily take that one. Oh, Jouster's actually got caught out of position there. Yellowstar's ward just about catching him out. You can see the Black Cleaver in action on Yellowstar there. So going with a little bit of a Army Cutie Pie build, maybe, but Big Fat LP wiping out everything from the jungle. So what are they going to buy? What are they going to do? And how are Against Authority going to respond to this one? Because it's gone from a quick 3-2 exchange to, oh my god, we are losing this desperately.
Yeah.
That's how quickly things can snowball. It is only a 2k gold difference, so the build-wise are actually pretty close, but the impetus going towards CLG, you know, they just feel they have it. They have that much stronger team fight. Blue buff is not there, so Linux's just going to clear out those 2 lizards, and that's going to cause a problem for them. So CLG, oh, Linux just walking face to face with Hotshot. Hotshot has just been back on board. You can see he's got a lot of items, and he's, as you'd expect from Hotshot, he's farmed up pretty well. He's managed to get the kills, 525, 517 and 518. They are very good stats for the right people on CLG. In the comparison, it's 433, 137 and 663 for Against All Authorities. So you can see the kills not really balancing out, and there's just too many deaths on the carries, which is where the problem has been lying and why CLG have been getting that advantage. Let's have a look towards the middle. Inhibitor has spawned, so Against All Authorities desperately trying to get down here and defend this one. There's a creep wave coming in, and CLG will be forced away from that one. They've just about cleared all the super minions that were going towards it, and now the Baron is up.
Yeah, Baron is up. Actually, Moma needs to get himself in gear a little bit and push up, but this is very clever from CLG, just sit in that brush, and the ward went down, and it looks like, whoa, back away from that one. Let's not fight there. Let's not get caught out. That will at least give time for Moma to join the pack, and I think we are going to be seeing one big fight, which could very well show us whether this game is going to carry on or not. We see the twisted advance coming in from St. Vicious. Where's the pressure coming down? Double lip going to be the target 4 against All Authority. He actually will blink away from the fight. Moma is down to around about half HP. Has got exhaust on him as well. Double lift will ulti across. This is a CLG fight without a doubt. And Requiem is going to pop, but it's not going to do anything. Well, of course, it's doing damage, but it's definitely not getting many kills. N-rated is going to go down. And there is the ace from Counter Logic Gaming. Will be able to push through. They've got 40 seconds, 30 seconds for Yellow Star, but he's not going to be able to stop them taking down these 2 turrets. And actually, they don't even need that inhibitor. They can just carry on the super minions in there just to help them with the cause. And we are going to be going to game number 3 here between CLG and against All Authority in the 3rd and 4th place matchup. Yes.
Well, Joe, we've got into the best of 3.
Finally. You know, it's just the look.